it's Kainaart, and some of you might know that I play Genshin Impact like a lot, and I've been playing since day one. And after all these years, one thing that never changed about Genshin is that every answer only seems to create more question. The closer we get to the end of the story, and the more I find myself trying to connect the pieces. Some theories make sense, others really don't, but one idea has stayed in the back of my mind for years now. So today I wanted to share it with you, and the theory is if I told you that our sister is dead, and that every time we see her in Genshin, it's actually her past self. I know this sounds insane, okay? Like, don't get me wrong, but I'll need you to follow me through this video so you can understand my point of view. And maybe after that, you'll have the same one as me. I've had this feeling since months that, like, to tell you how long is it? Back then, I couldn't explain it because, of course, the story was just like starting. And then Caribou came, and Natlan, and finally the moon. Every new chapter keep adding pieces to this puzzle. So I know I sound crazy, but sometimes the craziest theories begin with the smallest details. Okay, so let's put the basic on all that we know. I mean, all that Genshin players should know at least. So we arrive with our twin in Teyvat. After that, we met an unknown god that will separate us. And then Lumine started her journey 500 years ago. And for us, we started now in the present time. Another thing that we sure know is that Lumine seems to always know something or what's going on. How is that? If she did her journey 500 years ago, how is she supposed to know what's going to happen? How is she supposed to know when to help us? When to tell us things? So today in this video, I'll be talking about what the craziest theories my brain could have came up with. The moment I started to have suspicion was when Lumine was talking about time. She's always saying how we have enough time, that we don't need to rush anything. Of course, you could say that it's because she lived 500 years and that Sisters is not in a hurry anymore. She doesn't care that much, like we've got all the time in the world. But what if we consider the possibility that Lumines know more about the future than she reveals? This line then takes another meaning. She isn't just patient. She knows exactly how much time we have left, and that's enough time. As you may know, there is a small island in the east of Mondstadt that is for the god of time. Before we go any further, I just want to clarify that this is a theory that Lumines never speak to Istaroth. My bad, that's the last time I'm gonna say her name. But yeah, there is nothing that has been said by the creator of the game, so just take it as a theory. However, the connection between Lumine and the concept of time is very interesting. Throughout the story, Genshin keeps bringing back the same theme. Memories, cycle, the past, events repeating themselves, just like the Sumer quest. Even though we don't know if the god of time talked to Lumine, but we know for sure that having the power of time is something realistic in this world. So the question is, could someone like Lumine use this power? So this leads to my theory. What if every time we meet Lumine, it's actually her past self because she's able to travel through time? What if every time we see Lumine, it's actually her from different points on our timeline? And the traveler believes his sister is moving and alive through Tevat at the same time as him, but what if, from Lumine's perspective, her journey has already reached an end? One scene that I find the most mysterious is probably the battle pass, but it's gonna be important in that case. At first, it looked like a simple story about two heroes of a fallen kingdom, but when we compare it with the traveler and their sibling, some parallel becomes difficult to ignore. You see one that fall into darkness and the other one continue their journey. The story presents a cycle, a conflict, a fall, and hope of reunion. What makes this interesting is that Genshin constantly used the idea of repeating cycle. Civilization rise and fall, and history seems to always repeat itself. So the question is the Battle Pass story a metaphor, or is it actually our journey into that? If the traveler and their sibling are trapped in a cycle, then the Battle Pass animation could represent more than just a legend. It could be the reflection of what is happening between them, one sibling continuing forward, while the other is already connected to a past that the traveler has yet to understand. I think that the Battle Pass introduced the idea that separation between the two siblings might not be as simple as we think. Another thing that I want to point out is that Venti in this cutscene told us, "This is the story of your journey, of your tale to be told." But if it's the case, wouldn't the story of the journey be the same as we're doing right now? So why is it so different, but similar at the same time? I think that this could be a proof that we're living in a cycle. Also, with the voice line of Venti saying that he's happy to see us again, even though it's the first time meeting him. That example takes a big place in my theory. The Kerbal quests show us that the past and the future are not far away from each other and can actually be in the same place at the same moment, if you understand what I mean by the same moment. This isn't just a memory flashback, either literally inhabit Lumine's body from centuries ago. This could prove that time and identities are intertwined in Tevat. Because Lumine is dead in the present, her time power allows her to project either consciousness into her own past timeline, leaving him with some puzzle pieces. This message could have just been like some pieces of the puzzle that she wanted him to figure it out or something like that. But what if it was a mistake? What if it was like one of the first time that she was using her power and she tried to get to her brother, but then mismatched their body and consciousness, accidentally fusing her and her brother timeline. So that could be why we see her through the mirror. The second quest, Bedtime Story, is actually making my theory come to life a little bit more. Because when we are in the world of memories, or whatever that's called, we see Lumine, we can talk to her, but we cannot touch her. And I would say that is because she doesn't have a physical form anymore. The game explicitly shows us that the twins can talk, they can meet, and then they forgot everything, starting their quest all over again from zero. So this could mean that every time they met, the Heavenly Principle deleted this from their mind, every time, so that the loop would be completed. The cycle cannot be disturbed, so this could validate the time loop theory. Lumine might be trying to alter the past in a continuous loop through these brief micro encounter, but Tevat's system or fate reset their memories every single time to maintain that circle. This one is small but has a lot of info to keep in mind. The time loop between Lumine and the Traveler involving the key prove once again that the past and the future have collided within Tevat. Lumine went to see the Leyline Guardian to ask if she could reconnect her timeline to her Leyline. They struck a deal, but at what cost did she actually manage to do that? She explicitly mentioned regretting sacrificing her own people just to meet us. So what if the ultimate prices for this time-bending deal was her very own sacrifice? What if she's willing to give up her life knowing that all along she would be reborn one day? In the Natlan quest, we also talk about the God of Time. What a coincidence. This one is easy to follow, no worries. First thing first, in the Archon quest in North Korea, we could see that Columbina, even though she's in another place, she can still interact with the present time because she let a piece of her soul on Tevat. If Lumine did the same thing by letting a piece of her soul on Tevat, we can deduce that maybe she can also interact with the present world, just like she could have did with the Caribert quest, where either could see her because of the world that they were in, the world of memories, or like I said, I don't remember the name, sorry. The second thing on this topic is the fact that the ship log showed that we came in Tevat twice. But we know for sure that we came here with our sisters, so how was that? How did we travel 2 times in Tevat without even knowing it? So this could also lead to the loop theory, and just so you know, I already can think of what some of you would say. And no, the loop doesn't change the fact that Lumine can be dead. And the last one is this audio at the end of the Moon quest with Ninin. But you don't think that is weird that that is the only thing related to Lumine that we have found? Like in Tevat, no one give us information or nothing about her. If we follow my theory, after her death, the Heavenly Principle deleted all trace of her. But on the moon, they couldn't change anything, and anyway, they didn't think that anyone would go there. That's probably why they put the unbreakable ship on the moon. Doing that, we have no way to possibly know what happened to her sister, and the Heavenly Principle is safe from any rebellion that we could have done. Another thing that might prove my theory is that the Traveler is a descender. The Heavenly Principle didn't know if we destroy this world or save it. In my mind, this theory explains a lot of questions I've had since the beginning of Genshin Impact. It explains why Lumine seems one step ahead, why time keeps appearing throughout the story, and why every time we meet her, it feels like something is missing. Maybe I'm wrong, or maybe we've never been chasing our sister. Maybe we've been chasing our past.